Time for our weekly recap. We're here with head coach Scott Brumfield of the Dixie State College football team, currently 2-0 in the GNAC and tied atop the three-way race right now for the GNAC crown. They welcome in the Lumberjacks of Humboldt State on Saturday. But, Coach, before we talk about that ball game, let's go back to Saturday at Azusa Pacific. Arguably not your cleanest game of the year by far, but what's the difference between this year's team able to win a game like that compared to teams in the past who maybe have struggled to get over that hump and win a game like at Azusa Pacific last weekend?
You know, it was big for us. We've been on the opposite end of that scenario 2 or 3 times here over the last couple of years. The thing I was proud about is we made plays. We never felt like we were out of the game. The attitude on the sideline was different than it has been in the past. There was a kind of a sense of confidence that someone was going to make a play. You know, in the years past, we've gotten situations and we haven't had guys that step up and make those plays. And so to see that happen in the fashion it is, it's another step in our learning situation. You know, to come off a big win against Western Oregon, kind of a sluggish week of practice. You know, it's just an evolution of the program. Learning how to win big games, coming back the next week, going on the road, learning how to get yourself up for those type of games. And so, you know, like I said, it was an ugly win. It was ugly in the stats. There's a lot of ugly things on films. But the bottom line is we were able to come back and overcome obstacles that we haven't been able to do in the past and capitalize and come away with the road victory, which was huge for our program.
An offensive touchdown, 2 of them actually, a defensive touchdown, which ended up being the game winner, and a special teams touchdown. How much does balance play into this offense and defense comparison to the last couple of years where it seems like short passing game has ended up being more of your running game than anything else?
You know, it's big. You know, you get in the balance of a running game, passing game, a good run defense, a good pass defense, special teams that are making plays and making things happen. That's important. You know, last couple of years, we've relied on a lot of young guys to play offense, defense, plus they're thrown in the special teams. As we get more experience, we're able to become more balanced in all aspects of our game, which is important. You know, our defense has carried us these 3 games. I was a little disappointed in our offensive execution assignments. Azusa Pacific runs a very complex defense, and we weren't as sharp as we needed to be. But like I said, it's all a matter of learning a lesson, learning how to prepare for teams like that, learning how to come off big wins and come back that next week and focus on practice. Learn how to win the games you're expected to win. You know, Azusa Pacific's a very good football team. I think our guys got caught up in reading that, you know, maybe we're favored this week, maybe we have a good shot at winning, maybe we should win. And so, you know, as the evolution goes on, we learn how to get in these situations we've never been in before and prepare better and come out and execute those type of situations.
I don't want to spark a quarterback controversy, but how nice is it to have both Griff and Kaleo playing at the levels that they are?
It's outstanding. You know, they're both very competitive. They both have continued that from the first day that Griff got here in spring, and Kaleo coming off an injured season last year. They've competed every day at practice. They've competed. You know, they're very competitive, and they're both very capable quarterbacks. And to have one guy come in and not lose a beat, you know, Griff was getting beat up a little bit. We were missing some protection stuff. You know, Kaleo comes in, gives us a little bit different aspect of quarterback, able to move out of the pocket. He was very crisp, took us down there and on that drive late in the 4th quarter and scored. And you know, we feel very comfortable having those 2 quarterbacks. You know, and they'll continue to battle. Both of them will continue to see significant time and kind of utilize their strengths. You know, Kaleo's more of a running quarterback. Griff once again had the long run for a touchdown. Kaleo comes in and throws for a touchdown. So it's nice to have both of them. It's not a bad situation to be in. So,
has there been any comparisons between Cash Morgan being your version of Tyrann Matthews' Honey Badger? He's a great defensive guy, but he also comes in with some special teams work, and again tying the GNAC record with a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
He's a special player to have. You know, he takes his role as a kick returner as important as his role as a safety, and he does a great job on both. You know, and to have his senior leadership, not only on the defensive side, but really creating identity on the special teams. He's really taken that role and has been a leader and really shows his attitude towards special team really carries over and lets everybody know that that's a third aspect of the game, you know, offense, defense, special teams, and really been a leader there and shown the importance of what special teams can do. And we saw that won the game for us.
Based on a national ranking, the Lumberjacks top 10 in the coaches poll coming in this week. They're top 20 in the D2Football.com poll. The Jacks are the defending GNAC champions. They're 3-0. They have not been road tested. What do you expect from Humboldt State when they come into Hanson Stadium?
Anytime you play Humboldt State, whether it's on the road or home, they're going to be up for the game. They're going to be physical. They're going to be big. They're going to be well coached. They're going to execute, and they present challenge for any team they play. They're a very, very good football program, and this is a unique opportunity for our guys, and it's time for them to come together. Once in a lifetime or once or twice during an athletic career, you have this opportunity that our guys have Saturday night to in front of our home crowd, coming off as 2 wins, which has been sparse here at Dixie, and they have confidence, and it's a great opportunity. It should be a fun week for the kids to get ready for the game, and then come Sunday night or Saturday night, they have an opportunity to do what other Dixie teams had been able to do, and so I expect our guys to come in confident and flying, and I expect Humboldt to do the same. So I expect a very good football game, and it's going to come down to us executing, and the 3 T's, which we talked about, time, takeaways, which we've been good about, except for the first game, time of possession, and third down conversions, and we got to control the clock and keep our defense off the field, which we didn't do a great job of, Saturday. So it's just a lot of little things we're concentrating on. And if our guys can't get ready for this game, get up for this game, this probably isn't the right sport for them. So I expect them to come out and battle and see what we can do.
You mentioned expectations. There were a lot of experts that cover D2 football that didn't expect you to have 2 wins at the end of the season. Now that you've got 2 wins in your first 3 games, what are your expectations now for this Dixie State football team?
I don't think anything's changed from our preseason, from early on from the end of spring ball throughout the summer. And my goal is to compete against every team we play against. The days of getting blown out and embarrassed are over. We're mature, really focused on the details of football, the little things which we stress a lot about. And so, my goal is to compete against every team. I'm not looking at the wins and losses, but just to go out and execute and compete. And that's the biggest thing. We'll take it 1 week at a time, compete against our opponent, and see how it comes out.
Head football coach Scott Brumfield joining us for the weekly recap. Good luck against the number 10 team in the nation. We'll talk to you on Saturday at Hanson Stadium.
Thanks a lot. It'll be a fun game, and hopefully everybody gets out and big crowd, and that will help us out a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.